My name is Tobi Gordon. I'm the deaf education teacher here at Brink Junior High. I teach both 7th and 8th grade, and I'm also the deaf education consult teacher for all of our Moore Public Schools junior highs. So I started off my career in education as an interpreter, and so I got to see these kids in mainstream classrooms, special ed classrooms, deaf ed classrooms, and just see how inaccessible education really is for deaf and hard of hearing students. So my style is really more just making sure it's as accessible as possible for my kids. So my classroom is done all in ASL if that's what my students need. It might be me voicing and having an interpreter interpret what I'm saying for students. So I think really my passion in teaching style is just making sure everything is linguistically accessible as possible for my kids. So I have to take curriculum a lot of times and adjust what I'm doing. I have to create more visuals. It has to all be in sign language, which is why I'm using my hands all the time. It has to be in sign language. And so I have to go through and adjust things, make it very visual, and put it into ASL for them, which is really their first language. I've created a colonial museum in one of our classrooms and then made little museum cards with information, but then I put a QR code with a video of myself signing what everything said on there. And I think that they realize that I care about them that much, and that I want to make sure that they really understand what's going on and that I value their deafness and that I value the language that they use. And so we can form really deep relationships that really help me be able to teach them better too. I know them pretty well, so I understand where they might have gaps in their language or their learning and can help fill in those gaps with them. So I have to figure out how to use technology and how to use it in a way that makes sense for my students and that helps deepen their learning. So I volunteer to do esports. I am a Nintendo 64 girl myself, so this newer stuff I wasn't super great at yet, but I felt like it was a club, an organization that could bring in students that don't necessarily have another place that they fit in. And I really wanted to make sure that it was accessible if my deaf students wanted to play or student with any other type of disability or anything wanted to join. And it's been so cool to see these kids come in and make friends with people that they probably would have never talked to before. They're in there from all different walks of life, all different, we have athletes, we have kids that are in band, in choir, kids that weren't in anything before, and they come in and they all really become friends and they work together, they communicate well together. And it is more than just playing video games. I know a lot of times people think we're just in there playing video games, which we are, but we're working on collaboration and communication skills. And it's been super fun to watch these kids and watch how many kids want to keep coming and joining esports. I'm very lucky here at Brink to have awesome teachers and staff to work with, and so we have a really good working relationship here. But I was very humbled that they all recognized that and were able to see how big of a difference having a deaf ed program at Brink is making on some of these students. And so I feel like it just shows how great they are also, and that they actually are really looking and seeing what everyone is doing here and understanding how big of an impact we all have on all of our students.